What's up? What's up? It's your boy Dwell, aka Mr. J, aquí en la casa, coming at you sideways once again with another one of my vlogs, my daily vlogs, my other videos. I got my dirty hat. I was supposed to work today, my business hat. It's dirty, but I was supposed to get dirty today, but it's raining out here in California, in Santana. It's raining pretty good. It's been raining a couple days. And it's raining today, so I didn't get dirty. I look dirty, but I'm not dirty. Maybe I am dirty, I don't know. But I wanted to make a video in regards to a little different. I'm always been I'm a full-grown adult, but I always have had a imagination, a fascination, and I've always liked cartoons. You know, I've always liked cartoons. To this day, I'll sit back and watch cartoons. I'll go back and rewatch cartoons. I'll go back and, you know, as you can see, you can't see right here, but I got Batman, I got Joker. Like many of us, I'm a Marvel fan, I'm a DC fan. Maybe I lean on some things, I lean to other, I like some more than others. I like anime and whatnot. I like other stuff. I'm a movie guy, I'm a sci-fi guy. I like movies in general, cartoons, sci-fi. Kind of, you could say I'm a geek for that stuff. I'm not a expert in anything, so I'll say that right now. I'm just a fan. I don't know everything about everything. Any anime you tell me, maybe I've watched it, but a lot of these channels go into deep things, origins and all that. I don't know too many origin stories. Like I said, I'm more into some things than I'm into others, but it does not mean I'm an expert. But a long time ago, you know, a lot of this video stuff, obviously I do it for the raza. Not just for the raza, but, you know, I'm Mexican American. So I try to incorporate a lot of that, as you can see in the calendar back there, into my videos, into my lifestyle, into my music, into, you know, but that's just me. You know, it has nothing to do with trying to be something trending or whatnot. It's just me. I've always been fascinated with my cultura, no matter what, because you know once you know where you come from, you learn a little bit about yourself también. But a long time ago, I saw this video, and it's called it's the channel. I'll throw it out there because this isn't for me. So it's called I Am Your Target Demographic. That's the channel. And the episodes, there's 5 episodes, and they're called Heroes Like Us. Heroes Like Us. I am your demographic. I am your target demographic on YouTube. It's a channel. I am your target demographic. So shout out to them because I wouldn't have known this if it weren't for them. I've always had an idea. I'll go to it. It's called Heroes Like Us. I've always known 1 or 2 characters that have something to do with raza, with Mexican. For me, when I say raza, I'm talking Mexican. To some other people, raza means everything. That's just my opinion, your opinion, blah, blah, blah. But usually when I say raza, I'm talking about the raza mexicana, you know, chicana, whatever, however you want to see it. But it's superheroes. Pretty much, there's 5 episodes on superheroes of Mexican descent. And it's called, like I said, Heroes Like Us. And he has 5 episodes, and he throws a lot of them. Let's just say 30 guys. I'm not sure how many. But in those 5 episodes, he talks about like 30 Mexican descent superheroes from Marvel, from DC. And there's some from different comics. But he talks about, obviously, Marvel and DC are the most famous ones. And then for some reason, it picked up again a few days ago. And I was like, I got to do a video on this because I'm a fan. And maybe other people don't know this. And they'll be excited and they'll be happy. And I was like... So he had more. He obviously it's five episodes on this, and he also has more videos on. It's called Heroes Like Us, and it's on like Puerto Rican descent heroes, African American heroes, superheroes. I think Jewish superheroes, stuff like that. So there's different ethnicities, African American superheroes, heroes like us. You know, I don't know the guy's name exactly who does it. But I'm not gonna talk about all the heroes that he mentioned. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm gonna go for 8. In regards to, like I said, I'm not a super fan. I'm not a real comic guy to where I know everything about comics. I really don't know about comics. I just know what I know from what I see pretty much on TV, toys, etc., etc. What I saw growing up, and and what I think the people kind of like me are gonna be familiar with, because there's a lot of guys that I just wasn't familiar with. But the first one, like I said, I'm only gonna give you a couple. He did more. Go check out his videos. I'm not gonna take full credit for this because if it weren't for him, I would have known this. Once again, I am your target demographic on YouTube. Or you could type up, that's his channel, or you could type up Heroes Like Us, and it'll come out. But the first one on my list is Jaime Reyes. As a kid, and I've heard of he's what you call, his superhero name is the Blue Beetle, and he's from DC. He comes out in the recent DC movies, cartoons. I think he came out in Teen Titans. So that's how I knew about him. But in reality, I didn't really know he was Mexican till I saw this. So actually, I saw this Beetle before I saw those movies. But it's the Blue Beetle. The Blue Beetle has cool powers, man. He's a cool character. And I'm not sure, but I think they're even in the planning to make a movie about him, The cool thing is he's raza. He's Mexican descent. I think he's Chicano, obviously born here. But Mexican descent is, you know what I mean? If you're Chicano, you're Mexican, bro. Mexican descent means you have Mexican blood roots in you. That you come from Mexican, one way or another, whether you have, his name is Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle, and he's from DC. Kind of like an alien type guy, an alien powered guy. I'm not going to go too deep in all that stuff because I really don't know, but he has different weapons, his hands, and he flies, and he looks like an alien. He's, I think he's a kid, but obviously the Blue Beetle turns into a costume, and then he has superpowers, and it's pretty dope character. I think that's a cool character, a cool creation. It's the Blue Beetle. I think it's a cool character, a crazy character. Kind of has powers like, if you really think about it, like Cyborg. His hands turn into different weapons and stuff like that. So he's a real cool character. The next character is also a familiar character. It's another version of Ghostrider from Marvel, but his name is Robbie Reyes. Robbie Reyes. He's a Ghostrider, more modern Ghostrider, a different Ghostrider from a different universe, different alternate version. But he's Chicano, I think, Mexican American, and he's the new Ghostrider from Marvel. And I think if you're really into it, he's just a modern Ghostrider. There's a lot of things about him, written stuff, and I think I'm not sure if. You know what? I think they have a new Marvel thing out. I don't know what it's called. Kind of like wizardry, something dark. I'm not sure. Where there's different superheroes. I know Spiderman's included. I know Wolverine's included, and a couple other ones. Blade's included, and Ghostrider. I think it's this Ghostrider, Robbie Reyes, but I'm not sure. Don't believe me. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert. But I'm just showing respect to the people who don't know. There's a lot of Mexican superheroes. One of them is the Blue Beetle. Maybe a lot of people do and don't know about them. But Ghostrider is a little bit more famous. And that's cool. They made a version of a Ghostrider where he's Mexican. And these are all in that channel. I know there's more he didn't talk about. And I could think one out of my head. If I remember, I'll put it at the end. And I noticed he didn't write about it. And there's more. He even says in his videos, if you guys know about another one, drop it down in the comments. But I'm just gonna talk about the ones that I'm familiar with, and pretty sure people are familiar with too. Then there's another one from DC, which is a version of Green Lantern, because there's different Green Lanterns. I can't remember their names right now, but there's the original Green Lantern, and then there's the Black Green Lantern, and in this version, his name's Kyle Rayner. But he's Mexican and Irish. And from my understanding, I never heard of him and I never seen him or read about him in comics. But the guy, like I said, I didn't know about him till I saw these videos. But his name's Kyle Rayner, and he's a version of the Green Lantern, a different version of the Green Lantern. And he's from DC, and he's Mexican / Irish. And from my understanding, from what that guy said, from I am your target demographic, he's actually one of the strongest, or he's up there in the Green Lantern Corps. The next one surprised me. I didn't know this from people that I know that like Spider-Man, because this is a Spider-Man. This is a version of Spider-Man from Marvel. This is Spider-Man 2099. And I've heard from different people, but I don't know that I don't study him, but I know I've seen pictures of him. I've seen images of him a lot. I think in the video game, I saw one of the kids playing the video game one time, and he was playing with Spider-Man 2099. I guess he's one of the strongest Spider-Mans ever, but from the future. And he's Mexican. Miguel Ojara. He kind of, I think he has like spikes right here, kind of black and bluish type costume, but from the future. One of the strongest Spider-Mans from my understanding out there, and is Mexican. He's a Mexican guy. So Spider-Man 2099 from Marvel, one of the strongest versions of Spider-Man out there, is Mexican. Miguel Ojara. I thought that was dope. I was like, oh shoot, that's cool. So there's a lot of Mexicans out there. Like I said, I'm just going to give you a few. Now there's another one that you guys might be familiar with if you saw Suicide Squad, the first one. Chato Santana. On top of that, Santana. His name is Santana. I didn't know that. But he's a Mexican, and they portrayed him as a gangster trying to redeem himself. From DC, you guys probably know already. Dun, 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 El Diablo. I never heard of him till I saw the movie Suicide Squad, and I thought he was a dope character because at the end of the day, he's spitting fire and whatnot. But once he got angry in the movie, he turned into a skull with an Aztec and became big and strong. Like he changed, transformed. So I think he's a cool character. And from what I've seen in little pictures that I've seen of him in comics, they paint him pretty good. Like he looks like a cool character to me. And he's raza, Chicano, Mexican descent. So there's another one, and dope to him. I didn't know I'm from Santana. His last name's Santana. El Diablo from DC. Check out the movie Suicide Squad. He's on there in the first one. Another one, I've never seen him. I've never heard him, but his name is Aztec from DC. I guess his powers come. It reminded me of Dr. Fate. It's the mask, I guess, created by, I think, the feathered serpent. That's what I understood from what I saw in the channel. And whoever puts on the mask gets powers, or kind of like Dr. Fate. It chooses somebody and puts on the. I'm not sure exactly, but Dr. Fate, it chooses its guy, and then once he puts on the mask, he gets Dr. Fate's powers. So I think the Aztec is kind of the same thing. I don't know too much about him, but his name's Aztec, Aztek. That's how you spell it. I think his name is Uno. And he looks pretty dope. He looks pretty dope. I skipped one. Here's another one. He's a different version of Deadpool. From my understanding, he's a Mexican priest for Marvel, but he took the mantle, a different version mantle of Deadpool. His name's Massacre. I don't know if it's Massacre or Massacre. I don't remember what the guy said. But turns out, he wears a similar, not exactly like Deadpool, but he kind of pretty much the same theme. And pretty much it's a priest that kind of went rogue, I guess, or obviously fights crimes and whatnot. I don't know exactly, but I never heard of him. But that's why I put him in there, because I'm like, well, he took like a version mantle on his own, got inspired by Deadpool, and started doing his damage as another version of Deadpool called Massacre. One of the last ones I have right here is Jessica Cruz from DC, and she's a version. She's Mexican. I don't know from Mexico, but Mexican American. Say lo que sea, Mexican. But she's a female version of the Green Lantern. I don't know too much about her. I don't remember exactly what the guy was saying about her. He said, I'm not an expert. I don't know origin stories. But she's a Green Lantern, a female Green Lantern that's Mexican. So I know a lot of us are familiar with the Green Lantern. He's pretty famous. And there's different Green Lanterns. There's different things. There's many Green Lanterns. And she's a version of a Green Lantern. I don't know if in a different universe, but she's a different version of a Green Lantern. Jessica Cruz from DC. And then the one that I just thought about is there's a movie where there's different versions. I forgot what it's called. I'll try to look it up and I'll put the name right there. But it's a different version of a Superman. Obviously, Batman comes out where he's actually like a vampire type guy. Who else comes out? I think a different version of Wonder Woman and stuff. Not, but this version of a Superman, it's General Zod ended up putting his genes on his mom, and then so it wasn't the actual Superman's dad. It was actual General Zod put his genes in the baby, and manipulated the system, and that spaceship ended up landing. I think in the movie I said Arizona. I'm not sure, but he was picked up by some Mexicano-looking guys. So that Superman even has like a goatee, like a Mexicano and stuff like that, and he's just more hardcore. You know, he's not like Superman where he's American. He's more, well, he grew up in Mexico. Imagine, you know, the type of things he would fight. So his mentality obviously grew different. He's a superhero, but I think more like an anti-hero type guy, kind of more on the bad side, but he's still a good guy. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I don't remember the whole movie, but I'll put it in here. But yeah, there's more out there. I don't know how many, but check out that channel. And I just thought I'd make this quick video because I thought it was dope that there's a lot of, and there's more, Mexicanos that are superheroes, raza that are superheroes. And like I said, I like my cultura a lot. And when we in the mix, I think it's dope. It's your boy Dwell. Peace. Have a good one.